Hello truckers and welcome back to American Truck Simulator. We are continuing our career mode in the International Lonestar, painted in international orange. Today we have a transformer heading from Gallup, New Mexico to Clovis, New Mexico. Total trip distance I believe is 360-ish miles, something like that. And looks like we have a 6.5 hour in-game drive time, which should be right around the time limit that we set for these videos, about 30 minutes. So let's go ahead, get on the road, try to get this done as quickly as we can so that we're not making this video too long. If you watched the last episode, you'll know that we had a little bit of issues trying to get this done quickly because we kept running through little small towns. We ran through some small towns that were really slowing us down. So hopefully we can avoid most of that today. Try to get this in mostly freeway driving. I'm really hoping that that's the way it's going to go. And we'll swing out really wide so that hopefully we don't hit the median here. Yeah, we ran some stuff over. Looks like they're going to stop and wait for me if I can... Oh, come on, accelerate. Ah, very nice of these people to just let me out. Alright, so let's get over here, get ourselves on the road, and then we have to figure out what direction we're actually turning. It'd be nice if it gave me a heads up as to what the next direction is going to be so I can kind of make a decision on that, but unfortunately GPS systems these days just don't do that. There were GPS, like when GPS was first starting to come out, advanced turn directions were a thing, but none of the phone versions do that. I don't know why. I think the actual in-car GPS systems generally tend to do that, but I have even the popular ones on the phone don't seem to provide you with the option to say, "Hey, provide me with what the next turn is going to be, so I can make sure I'm in the lane that I want to be in." Just doesn't know. They just don't seem to do that. I don't know why. It seems like an extremely handy feature to have, which would, avoid last-minute oh crap. And I mean, I know it tells you what your next turn is going to be, but I mean like the next turn. Like, so I know I'm making a left here, and then the next thing is going to be a right, so I need to make sure I'm in the correct lane for that. So when I make my turn, I don't have to make an unnecessary shift or anything, having to fight my way over into the lane. I can just put myself in the lane I need to be in. All right, here we go, making our turn here. Should be okay. Get ourselves up on the freeway. I'm really hoping that this is going to be almost completely freeway driving, if at all possible. Driving on these single lane roads where you're getting stuck behind a bunch of slower trucks and everything is just really annoying, especially when you have a big heavy load like this. This popped up with the heavy load warning, so it's going to be really hard to accelerate if we end up having to slow down for no reason. So I'm really hoping that we're going to be able to just stay on the freeway, have a nice, easy ride with little to no issues. The route that showed up on the map when I was taking the load looked like it was relatively straight. So with any luck, this is just going to be a straight shot down this Interstate 40. So we just need to get up to the speed limit and go, which is 75. That's nice. So hopefully this time is going to go down very quickly, and this ends up only being like a 20-minute episode rather than 30, because 30 minutes is a lot. 30 minutes is a lot for this game, I think, for these episodes. I don't know. My personal preference. If you watched my last one, it was a little bit more demolition derby than I am trying to do for this series, but at the same time, I made a point of saying that, when I'm playing this game by myself, I treat it more like racing truck simulator rather than, realistic truck simulator, because I get tired of how long it takes to get places. I know they made the distances not realistic and all that, but it still feels like it takes forever to get anywhere, and sometimes I just want to hurry up and get the load done, make some money, be done. For those of you who are in the game for 100% realism, I'm sure that that's not your preference, and I understand. That's okay. Me personally, I kind of just want to play the game to have fun and, enjoy driving these big trucks around. I try to drive as semi-realistic as I can, especially on this YouTube series, because, you know, the audience is going to be people who enjoy truck driving and they want to see it driven properly. But every once in a while I get impatient and I just go, yeah, down the road. So, I don't know. You guys let me know. I keep asking and nobody's said anything yet, but what kind of trucking content do you guys prefer? Do you want another channel that does a bunch of, you know, realistic driving, or do you want to watch me flying down the road as fast as I can? I'm open to either. Whatever keeps you guys watching, I'd rather do that. I'm more interested in making it entertaining for you guys than I am in, you know, impressing you with my realistic driving abilities. So I don't think anybody really cares about that. Alright, well, we're stuck at 65. I have the cruise control set to 75, but we're struggling to climb this hill here. Ideally, we'll get to the other side of it, and then we'll be able to speed up and get ourselves up to the speed limit. Already down to almost 5 hours, though, so we're making pretty decent time, I think. Just kind of... Oh, we got some traffic slowdowns here. What's going on here? Looks like there was an accident. This is where my realism goes away, because I have to go around these guys anyways. I'm not going to wait for them to figure it out. So, sorry for those of you who don't like that kind of stuff. I don't have the patience for that. There needs to be road incidents to break up the monotony, but at the same time, like, we got places to be. We got places to be and things to get done. And that just cleared out a lot of the traffic in front of us, so one less thing we have to worry about. At least for a little bit, until we catch up with the auto-generated stuff ahead of us. Driving out here through the desert. Oh yeah. Unfortunately, I do not have most of the latest DLC for this game, so we're not going to be able to go into Texas or some of the other Midwestern states, because we're just kind of limited to what I have right now. At some point, when I'm not broke anymore, I'll start investing in some of the other DLCs, but I think we got a little while for that. Got to build the channel up, start making some money, and then I can start reinvesting some of that into the channel, but, you know, you got to get to that point first. But we're making the push to 1,000 subscribers, which will unlock ads, and while I don't really want to stick you guys with ads, most people aren't willing to pay directly, so you guys got to suck it up and deal with it, because it's the only way I can make any kind of money on this channel, really. Let's see, 65. Still stuck at 65. I'm guessing we're in some kind of city area. We need to hurry up and get out of this city area so we can get back up to our 75-mile-an-hour speed limit, because that was much nicer. I'm actually going to stay on this lane here because I don't want to deal with having slow traffic in front of me. Except for this truck over here, he's driving awfully fast for an AI. The AI doesn't usually do that. I'm going to be really irritated if he gets in front of me and slows me down. Don't you do it. Stay there. Because I have the sensor bumper that's going to slow me down if he gets in front of me too close. Stay in your lane. Don't move. Stay where you are. Alright, I think I'm fine. Of course, this car is probably going to pull out in front of me, though, because he's impatient to get around the truck. I don't know. I'll have to see. Albuquerque! I'm having Bugs Bunny flashbacks. And if you don't know who Bugs Bunny is, man, that makes me feel old. You don't know who Bugs Bunny is. I have to accept the fact that there's going to be people who watch this who are young enough to not know who the hell Bugs Bunny is. Oh. All right. We're down to 4 hours of in-game time, so that's good. I think we are going to stay on the 40 the entire time, so that's going to make driving this very easy. Yeah, the sensor is detecting that there's cars in front of me now, so he got in front of me just to come over here and slow me down. Yep, slowing down, slowing down. I don't know if we're slowing down because of the hill or if we're slowing down because of the traffic. Probably gonna have to get over here in a second because we're losing speed. Come on, guys, get out of the way. Tell you what, Albuquerque's pretty big, even for, you know, even for having been scaled down. I feel like we've been in Albuquerque for a while. Santa Rosa. All right, 3 hours, 46 minutes. Come on, we need to hurry up and get through this town here so we can get back up to the proper speed limit. Come on. Come on. Part of the reason why the time over there is going down so slow is that the distances when you're inside of these cities are slightly closer to realistic. So, you know, when you're between the cities, the miles are much shorter, and when you're inside the cities, the miles are a little bit longer because distance is relative in this game. So we need to get out of the city area so that we'll start eating up the miles faster, and then that time counter will go down much faster. Because even though we're doing 65, if the tracked miles are going by slower, it's gonna make the time counter go down slower. Because you can see it's going down a little bit faster now because we've actually left the city limits. So that's gonna help out. Trying to struggle up this hill here. Looks like everything else is struggling to get up this hill too. I'm gonna get over here. Sorry, guy. You need to get out of my way. Because I'm gonna cheat a little bit and go around whatever this is. Yeah, little accident. Because people don't know how to drive. Cruise control is off now because there's just too much traffic in front of me, and it's really going to screw with my cruise control. Sorry. Excuse me, people. We got places to be, and I don't have time to slow down with this heavy load. Come on. Come on. Come on. Get around him. No, this is how I drive in my personal time. I was trying to avoid showing you guys this stuff, but I'm just... Ooh, ow, why did I get damaged so bad? Okay. Ooh, and he... Yeah, the last couple of episodes are Demolition Derby episodes because I'm just not in the mood. I'm not in the mood to deal with it, you know? And because it's a game, I have the option not to, and whatever. It is what it is. If you guys object too much, I'll stop doing it. I mean, I don't really plan on making a habit out of it. It's just, I don't know, today I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the mood to deal with it. I want to get these loads done. I want to get you guys finished with the episode in a reasonable amount of time, and the game just feels like it's going out of its way today to make it take extra long. So we just need to hurry up and get done with this. Of course, that's going to cost me a lot of money to fix. I don't know why. I'm pretty sure I barely scraped that barrier or whatever it is that I hit, and that was unreasonable, but whatever. It is what it is, nothing I can do about it. At least we're back up to 75 now, though. Or at least the speed limit is. The truck isn't going that fast yet. We're still trying to creep our way up to it. Get over this hill here, and then we'll be all set, hopefully, to get up to 75 and then stay there. If the cars and stuff in front of me don't drive slow. That's obviously the caveat there. Alright, we made it up to 75. Cool. So, yeah, I know driving that way is not exactly the most realistic thing in the world, but at some point, I just don't have the patience to deal. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. to be you guys. Alright, back to what we were trying to get done here. It's like every time I start making some progress, they throw another thing in front of me. Traffic or an accident. It's like these AI just don't know how to drive at all, which, you know, I guess simulates the real world, but whatever. we got places to be. We're already 15 minutes into this episode, and we still have 2 hours of in-game driving time left. That's at least 10 minutes. So we gotta go. Throttle, really struggling, needs to downshift, but automatic transmission, what can you do? Come on. Get back up to speed. It wouldn't be so bad if I didn't have to keep slowing down because of traffic and doing stupid things that they're doing, but just as in the real world, you gotta live with it. Adjust, make it work. I guess we're getting off here, though. Get through the stop sign here. I hate the way the brakes work in this game. They don't offer you any kind of braking linearity like this. You have this steering linearity setting for your turning, which will adjust the sensitivity based off of how far you're adjusting the control. So if you turn it up really high, it makes it so that when you're only moving the control a little bit, it only turns the wheel a little bit, and then the further you go into the maximum turn on your controller, the faster it will start to turn the wheel. And I wish they offered that for the gas and the brake, because I'd like to be able to make big adjustments, you know, halfway through my braking on my stick here, so that I can have fine-tuned control at regular speeds, and then if I need to slam on the brakes, I can just yank the stick all the way down, and then it'll do that. But they didn't offer that as an option in the settings. So it's almost I might as well just have the brakes I might as well just have the brakes set to a button because it's almost pretty much on or off the way it is now anyways, because you know, a 25% input, a 25% input on my stick for braking seems to stop the truck very quickly, rather than, you know, applying a reasonable amount of stopping force to allow you to stop in you know, a relatively normal way. So sometimes when you see me stop and I stop early or I'm stopping quickly, I'm really not putting that much braking input in. It's just the controls are overly sensitive and there's no way to adjust it. The only thing that they offer you is a dead zone adjustment, and that's not very helpful. If the brakes are just going to be on or off, that's not very helpful. There needs to be a little bit of nuance to it. So if there's any developers that happen across this video and you somehow made it to this point, please add that to the game. Add linearity or control linearity to the game so that I can adjust it to have more fine-tuned control, because basically what I'm doing right now to have any kind of reasonable stopping is I'm just tapping the stick backwards over and over again until I'm getting the results that I want, and that's kind of dumb. Get over here. We're down to an hour though, so hopefully only another 5 minutes or so, especially if we can avoid having to stop too much in this little town. Is there a left turn lane here, or am I staying in this? All right, yeah, we're staying in this lane. Oh, it's a stop sign. Ugh. Come on. Ugh. This is ridiculous. And he's just gonna sit here, so... Sorry, bud. Oh, and he's too heavy for me to just yank him. Ugh, come on. We got places to be. Move out of the way. And he won't back up or anything. The AI is just so dumb in this game. There we go. All right. Oh well, it is what it is. We have too many places to be to wait on a busy intersection. And in this game, I am the king. No one else matters. Except the money I'm losing by damaging my load in my truck, but, you know, it is what it is. Alright, it would be nice if we could get back up to speed and stop having all these interruptions. I think I'm going to uninstall the traffic mod that I downloaded because it's causing me to become overly impatient, and I don't want to deal with it. I really don't want to deal with it. I would really like to get where we're going. It takes long enough to get where we're going just with the driving, and then having all this extra traffic that comes along and slows you down. It's just, no, I don't have the patience for it. We need to get done with this stuff. Okay. I mean, we're down to less than an hour now, but because we had to slow down and wait for that, it's gonna put us pretty close to max time, and I'm really trying to avoid that. I mean, I guess realistically, I do need to start looking at cutting these trips up into multiple parts, because if I can put together a few like 15 to 20 minute episodes, to like split a trip up into like two 15 to 20 minute episodes, I think that would be more watchable, rather than everybody having to sit down and watch me try to cram an episode into 30 minutes when it really doesn't have enough time for that. We'll have to wait and see. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out what the best format for this is. It seems like my Elite Dangerous stuff works out pretty good because, you know, it's just me flying around in space and doing some cool stuff, but the randomness of all of the traffic and everything in here is just making it very hard to judge what would be a good run for an episode. 6.5 hours is pretty good. 6.5 hours of in-game time is pretty good. That equates to about a 30-minute episode, but at the same time, I feel like, you know, setting myself up to where it's probably going to be at the max every time probably is not the best idea. So I don't know if maybe I just need to adjust my load parameters or what. I've really been just looking at what makes the most money and what's going to take us to new places that we haven't been. But at the same time, I probably really just need to start making sure I'm taking shorter loads. Because I want to make sure I'm doing one episode per load, and I don't want these episodes to be an hour long. That's too much. That's too much for me to record, and I feel like it's probably too much for you guys to watch. So I can probably start taking longer loads if I plan to, you know, stop off and end the episode about halfway through that. Otherwise, I think I just need to make sure I'm taking shorter loads. It's not like we're in a hurry to make lots and lots of money as fast as we can, even though I kind of have been. But, you know, I don't know. Decisions. I'm probably just going to start taking shorter loads. I think I don't want to do any more than 300 miles. That seems like the max to get a reasonable video length in. So I got to start looking at that and start picking loads that are, you know, between 200 and 300 miles. I think right in that range is probably a pretty good length of time for these. Especially if I can get to, Land of Enchantment achievement. I'm not sure, and that's not showing up on the screen for you guys. It's clearly a pop-up of some kind. My taskbar was covering up what the achievement actually was, so I couldn't tell you what it is. But I think it's just visiting all the cities or whatever. That's probably what that was. It's just ticking off that I've visited a new city that I haven't been to before. I don't know if it's on this account or what. Some kind of aircraft museum. That's cool. Alright, so let's get ourselves turned in here, get this load dropped off. Fortunately, because it's a long, heavy, it's an articulated load, we don't really have to worry too much, or we don't have to worry at all about, you know, backing in or anything, so that'll save a little bit of time. Because they usually line these things up in a way that allows you to basically just pull in, drop it off, and be done. So let's just hurry, try. It's always with the trains. Well, I guess we're stopping here. So yeah, I think I just need to start making sure I'm taking shorter loads. We can still make our way across the map without having to travel insanely long distances, so it's probably the better way to go. I'll start. I think that's probably going to be the plan moving forward. Anything between 200 and 300 miles should be a reasonable distance to actually get things done. And then, you know, I think I'm probably going to go ahead and buy a flatbed trailer at some point very soon. So that way, all of our loads will be relatively interesting loads. Because you'll be able to see them. They won't just be boxes. Like this one's kind of interesting, but it's also, you know, it's also a big heavy trailer. And backing, I know you guys want to see some backing too, right? So I don't know. We have time before I'm ready to do that. Let me know in the comments what you think. Should we buy a trailer or just keep taking loads like we have been so that we get some variety? Because I can kind of see both sides of it. Alright, we're almost there. The episode was a little bit longer than I was hoping it was going to be. I know I set a maximum of 30 minutes, but I'm really trying to make sure that these are closer to the 20-minute mark rather than the 30-minute mark. I like the horses over here. My wife loves horses. But we don't live in a place where that's easy to deal with. Where it's easy to do that. You have to pay money to go do anything with horses out here. We're at San Diego area. There's horses here, but you have to drive a little bit to get to them. All right, almost there. Get this load dropped off, and then we can be done for today. So, yeah. Where is this load getting dropped? Off in this direction. And yeah, it'll make me less impatient if I'm making sure that these loads aren't going to be in any kind of jeopardy of actually breaking that 30-minute time limit. Because part of the reason I got impatient in these last couple of episodes is because I selected really long loads, and then, you know, I'm trying to cram them into 30 minutes, and it's just not realistic with the time frame. So I'll try to find shorter. That's going to be the strategy going forward. 200 to 300 miles. I think that's probably pretty good. So, anyways, hopefully you guys had lots of fun. Be sure to click that like button if you did, so that the YouTube algorithm knows and sends the video out to more viewers. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already, so that when the next video comes out, it will show up in your video feed, and you will be able to watch it as soon as it becomes available. Channel members do get early access to my videos, so be sure to click that join button to see the list of tiers available for you and decide if any of those are right for you. Again, I hope you guys had lots of fun. Be sure to come back for the next one, and I'll see you there.